new here, karibu sana. My name is Philomena, and this is Being Ilomik, where we live, we love, and we grow in grace. So they say you don't miss the waters until the well is dry, and that can't be any more true. Um, and you really do not know um, how much it is important, I would say, like how good it is for you to have the opportunity to be at home um, before before you start having work to do, and going ahead and putting your life on a good track until you actually are on the track, and it is chaos everywhere, and then you start missing the peace that you had at home and how much you didn't have pressure at all. So this video is probably going to be um, an encouragement for everyone right now who is not attached anywhere, anyone who has just finished school. They're trying to figure out, they feel lost, they do not like the fact that they are at home while everyone else is making it in life out there. um, this is this is for you. This is really for you. I've got to encourage you in this place where you are at, that this place, don't think it is that bad. This place could be as good as you want it to be. Peace. Now let me tell you, when you're at home, it's like you are being protected from, or being shielded from, the chaos that is outside there. And by the way, just believe me when I tell you, well, sorry, believe me when I tell you that outside there, outside, these streets ain't your mama's. um Outside there are chaos, and when you're at home, it's like you're being protected. You don't have to deal with drama. If you don't want to really deal with certain people, you don't have to deal with them. You can just go at home and, well, relax in your mama's couch, or in your bed. There's a lot of peace, and with this peace you can do a lot with it. You can just and you will realize that this peace, any human will thrive very well in an environment where there's a lot of peace. And this peace, if you can learn how it feels to have peace, when you finally get out there, you are going to be very aware of what peace feels like. And therefore, when something doesn't bring you peace, you can just get away from it and let the universe deal with it, or just deal with it, and so that you don't have to deal with it anymore. Like the peace that I experienced when I was at home, sometimes I crave it. I won't even lie to you, because if someone wrongs me, or if I have to deal with someone, I really have to deal with that situation, which makes me uncomfortable. And so yes, I do crave that peace. Sometimes I'm just like if I was at home, I would not have to deal with this human. Yeah, but then again, I'm not at home. I'm at the office, and it's crazy, and I have to deal with people. So yeah. I realize, and this is one of the lessons that I learned in 2018. 2018 was an amazing year. I won't even lie to you. And it was the year that I spent the longest time at home, which is really crazy. I thought that most of my lessons I would learn outside there, but most of my lessons I learned in the year that I spent most time at home with not that many people, and not doing a lot, just being at home and being a good daughter. Yes, but that happened. So I learned that I can have 10 options, but I have to make a choice. The fact that I have this many options doesn't make it, or doesn't give me a right to have all of them as a choice. I have to make a choice. I have to make a choice that is good for me. a choice that is good for the people around me, and a choice that is true to me, and just a good choice, and have reasons, and if not for anyone else but for myself, that I can tell myself the reason why I chose this out of 10 options was because of this and this and this reason. And for every choice that I now make, I have to give myself a reason. What does that option play for me? How much does it give back? How much am I losing? Because with whatever choice you make, there are positives and there are negatives. All consequences are not always bad. Some are good, some are bad, and I have to make a choice that I am willing to take all the consequences for it. I have always been confident. I have always known that I love myself. I have always, like, I never felt any need to not love myself, I would say. But I came to know that it's because that felt very automatic, because the environment that I was brought up in, was brought up knowing that I am important, I am valued, and everything that I am, everything that I say, it matters. It just doesn't get dismissed, in a snap of a finger. So, like, it felt automatic to just love myself. But then I realized that as much as I have to build relationships with other people, then I have to be as intentional with creating a relationship with myself. Just just as I was with other people and with God. And therefore it became a thing that I have to put a lot more effort in and a lot more intention in with whatever that I did, any choice that I made, every decision that I was making, anything that I was doing, what kind of fulfillment it was bringing to myself, it was bringing to me. Realizing my passion projects, one of which is of course this YouTube channel. So during that time, on my WhatsApp status, I would post a lot of silly things, yeah, some of which still make me to this moment. Yeah. And so with that, I realized that I would be very comfortable being in front of a camera. And when it was finally time to do this, like, I had no doubt about being in front of the camera. I only had to figure out that I need to look at that the, the camera instead of the screen, which I have been doing during this video. Yeah, anyway, just identifying what are my passion projects and what are the parts that I would like to do to make sure that every day of my life, if I have 10 more days in this life, if I have a month in this life, if I have 80 more years in this life, what are the things that I would really, really want to do every day of my life, so that when it is time to achieve each one of them and to live each one of them, I at least I know what they are. So that was a good period for me to think about them, and to think about what challenges I could experience, and what are the things that at that time when I was at home, what are the things that I can do to prepare myself or to set myself in a good pace to do these passion projects, gathering information, doing just anything, just about anything that I can really do to figure that out. So that was a really good time. It gave me an ample time to think about what these projects are for me. I keep figuring them out. I'll not say that everything that I thought during that time is everything that I've got to do, but at least it gave me a good direction of what my passion projects are. Really love that. It was a time to just learn and to embrace every bit of my journey, to learn what to learn a few skills for the things that I felt that I would need these skills for a certain part of my life. Learn some of the things that are necessary for me to have for the periods that are coming in my life. Learn to spend a little more time with God and with me. Learn to say no when something isn't just right for me. Like, it was a time to learn, and also something else with learn is practice. um so some of the no's that I said, you guys, to some of you was probably a practice, but I meant it. So yeah, so it was a period of really learning and practicing, which is very important, because there's no importance to a lesson if you cannot practice it, and if it then doesn't serve what its purpose is. So I learned to read the Bible every day. Let me tell you, I am one of the laziest people to read the Bible, but I would just shame myself and ask myself during that period, Philomena, you have 24 hours in a day. You are going to sleep for only 8 of them. And in 16 hours you cannot get 30 minutes to read a Bible. Shame on you. Shame on you. Yeah, I really did that. So I had to learn to read the Bible a few more times than I was used to, which was really 0 times. Pray the rosary a little more. Pray just other general prayers. Meditate, speak to God, and listen. Learning and practicing, and that was really, really important to me. So yeah, guys, those are my top five things that I really, really do appreciate for having been at home in 2018 for a long time. A long, like a long, whatever. I was home, guys. um really appreciate those, at least those five. So comment down below and tell me what are the things that you really, really do appreciate for this season, where you're at home, spending time with yourself and with people around you. If you like this video, please share with your friends. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe down below. Turn on notifications so that you can get my new videos every Mondays 8 p.m. So bye bye, guys. I love you so much, and thank you for spending your time with me. I love you. Bye.